Alright, in the last video we took care of the registration, so we were able to go to register, fill out the form, we have some validation going on, and once we pass it, it registers the user. As you can see, we registered a user called Kathy. Now we want to be able to log in with that account. So let's go to VS Code, and inside our views.py that's in the accounts folder, we're going to go down to the login method. Okay, so that's the method that we want to use here. So we're already checking to make sure that it's a post request, meaning the form is submitted. We're going to get rid of this return here and replace it. And we want to get the variables just like we did above, except there's only two that we want, and that's the username and password that comes in from the form. So let's say request.post, and we want the username. Okay, we also want the password. Okay, so we have those two. Now, to be able to log in or authenticate, we want to create a variable called user. I'm going to set it to auth, which I already brought in the last video. It should be coming from Django contrib. And then there's an authenticate method. Okay, so we want to say authenticate. We want to do username equals the username variable that's above, which is whatever is submitted in the form, and then password, which is equal to the password that's submitted in the form. Okay, then we want to, oops, what did I just do? I want to be in here. We want to check to see if user is not none. Okay, so if user is not none, that means that we want to that means that the user is found. Okay, so that means it's found in the database by this username and password. So these are matched in the database. Then we want to log in. So we say auth.login, and this takes in the request, and it also takes in the user. Okay, so that's pretty much it to log in. So we're going to do a message, a success message. So let's say message.success. And we'll say request, and we'll say you are now logged in. And then we'll redirect. So let's do a return, redirect. Now we're going to redirect to the dashboard, and I know that we haven't, I don't think we created that template yet, or we did, and it's just like an H1, but that's ultimately what we're going to want to do. So I'm just going to put that. We'll probably work on that next, but we want to do an else here. So if the user is not found, then what do we want to do? We want to output an error. So we'll say messages. This actually should be messages, not just message. So messages.error, passed in our request, and then the error that we want to give is invalid credentials. Okay, and then we're going to redirect. So we want to return, redirect, and let's redirect to login. All right, so we'll save that, and let's reload, or just refresh, and then I'll just put in whatever. Okay, invalid credentials, good. So let's try to log in as Kathy. So if I say Kathy, put in our correct password, and log in, we get redirected to the dashboard. And this is the front end dashboard. This has nothing to do with the admin. Now if I go back to my admin and I reload, we're going to be logged out, because remember, these users are all in the same table. So if we're logged in as Kathy, then we're logged in as Kathy. There's no being logged in as Brad in the admin area. And Kathy doesn't have access to the admin area, so we're going to be booted out. So just know that. That's how our workflow is going to kind of go from now on. But yeah, so we're logged in now. So we need a way to log out. We also need to create the dashboard. Okay, we don't even have a nav bar to add a logout. So I think in the next video what we'll do is add the markup for the dashboard, and then we can work on the logout. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.